Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back. Thanks for viewing my video. In this video, I give my reading wrap-up for the week of February 9th through February 15th. I didn't complete any books this week, so I have no book reviews. I started and read parts of 3 books, so I'll talk a little bit about those 3 books. I completed a Wobble, so I'll talk a little bit about that, and I started another, so I'll talk a little bit about that. I'll talk about my reading plans for the coming week, and perhaps some other things that went on in my life in the past week. The first book I started and read part of this week is Onyx by Rebacca Yarros. This is the January 21 through February 14th book for Booked and Busy, moderated by Jaime, at Jaime on here. Unfortunately, I did not read this book the way I should because the book club just changed over, so I'm about 40% through. I am enjoying it. It's a good book, but I need to start books earlier in any period so I can better complete them, and also if I don't really get the benefit of the chats in Fable. Can't say too much about this since it's the 3rd book in the 4th Wing series. I am enjoying it. Really can't say too much more than that. The second book I started and read part of this week is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. This is the February read for Tia Chu's book club, moderated by Tia Chu, at Tia Chu on here. This is a reread for me. I loved it when I originally read it, rated it 5 stars. Don't normally reread, but I decided that unless it's a book I really didn't like or I read it really recently, I am going to reread books for the book clubs. I want to take part, if I can, in each book club every month. Again, as I said, I got to do a better job about starting the books on time, but this book is a romance. It's about a couple of authors. One writes kind of steamy romances. The other writes critically acclaimed books. They had a brief fling when they were in high school, and they totally fell out of contact, and early in the book they reconnect. They each have a lot of trauma they're dealing with. The 3rd book that I started and read part of is There by Tommy Orange. This is the February read for I'm with a Band, moderated by MJ. Reading This Life at M-J on here. This book talks about Native Americans who were born and raised in Oakland, California. It tells perspectives from a bunch of characters. I've just read the first 2 characters, but it's interesting so far, although somewhat disturbing. Some disturbing stuff, but interesting so far. As far as my reading plans for the week, I want to continue reading Onyx and 7 Days in June and There. Although maybe allow myself to take longer with Onyx since I missed the deadline anyway and the book club is switched. But continue reading and continue reading the other 2 books. I also want to maybe this week start reading Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. It's the 3rd book in the Hunger Games series. Years ago, I read the first 2 Hunger Games books and read half of the 3rd book. They divided the 3rd book into 2 movies. I wanted to read half the 3rd book, see the 3rd movie, and then read the remainder of the book and see the 4th movie. I'm not sure I ever did see the 3rd movie, but I never completed the book, so I want to read the book from scratch. And the reason I want to read the book, 2 reasons actually. One, it's a book that I want to read for Filmtastic February. I saw about it on Roy Reads Anything, but there's other hosts on it too. That's the only part of Filmtastic February I kind of want to do. It's supposed to be done in the first week, but... And the second reason I want to read this is the Booked and Busy Book Club, moderated by Jaime, is going to read a new Hunger Games book, which comes out in, I think, sometime in March. And For me to be able to read that book, I want to read Mockingjay. And I also want to read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne, which is another prequel like the new book is. And I'll try to remember to put the information for Filmtastic February, the other hosts in it. Like I say, only want to do one thing, and that's read. The first week was supposed to be reading a book that was made into a movie, and Mockingjay was made into 2 movies, so that's why I want to read the book. And hopefully I can remember to put the other information in the description of this video. Although we're halfway through the month now, so I'm not sure anybody's going to want to do it, but perhaps they would. The other reading related thing I can think of is that I did a video with 2 Valentine's Day related tags this week, and that was the Love Hearts book tag and the Valentine's Day book tag. Next I want to talk briefly about the Wobble I completed this week. That's Sugar and Snow, 2 Peas in a Pod. I got this pattern from the Wobbles book. I actually think of all the Wobbles I've done, this one's the cutest. Not because of my skill doing it, just because of the pattern. It's a really cute pattern. And the one I started is Tiny Cardinal, which when done should look like this. This is day 7 on the Wobbles Advent Calendar. I know it's February 14th, but I'm slowly working my way through the Advent Calendar. And I just started this morning, so I've just started working on the body. I love red. I should try to prioritize getting red Wobbles, or the kits for red Wobbles. Other than that, I had a dentist appointment Monday. I had 4 cavities filled. Kind of a long time sitting in a chair, having work done. But went all right. They're done. And the work I've had done, which was 5 different visits. I think a total of 7 cavities, a temporary crown, and a permanent crown installed. So it's quite a haul, but it's kind of done. Didn't have a great experience the first one with the dentist, but it's been all right, the other ones. So now hopefully I have a long period where it's just cleaning and appointments, because with all this work done, I hope there's not any more work done needed for a while. I just started playing a new video game, Civilization 7, a PlayStation 5 game, probably on other platforms too. So far I'm really floundering, trying to figure out what to do. In this game you start really early, way back before, I guess, people were just nomadic, it appears, and you have to build cities and as you go along, but so far my little group of people keeps getting killed because things that I think I should be able to move to and make happen, they're not working, so I'm a little confused. But I'm sure I'll get it if I'm just patient. Besides that, we're finally in Connecticut, where I live, having a bit of winter past couple of weeks. Not in love with winter, but I do recognize people, especially snowplow drivers, need some snow to get them through the year. Most of them are landscapers in the warmer months, but they need to get through the winter. So we have a reliable one, so that's good. We're predicted to have a bit of a storm today and tomorrow, starting a few inches of snow, then turn to ice. Snow doesn't really bother me. The ice I don't like, even though I don't have to go anywhere normally. I'd be interested in knowing how your reading week went. Were there any books that you read that you really love, that you're reading, you'd like to tell me about? If so, please reply in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please hit the bell to get notified when I upload future videos.